How are you guys doing? This is Querbeet and I'm bringing you a subscriber gameplay. One of my subscribers sent me a message on YouTube asking if I would record his video and comment over it and then post it, and he just sent me this gameplay in the American tier 7 heavy tank T29, and I said, yeah, why not? I do it because I like the game, I like the gameplay, and there's actually something that I wanted to talk about, that I am at the moment try to focus on myself a little bit more than usual, but I come to that in a little bit. I wanted to speak about user submitted videos. You can do that yourself, but anyone who submits a video to me needs to be aware of a few things. My daughter is 3 months, I'm working and I am 10 to 11 hours not at home, and on the weekend I spend quality time with my daughter, and then comes my wife, and then at some point comes the game. And if I don't do something with your submission, please don't take that personal. I really pick that stuff random. I will pick the stuff random if you submit something, and I don't favor anyone. I don't know any one of you personal, and you know what it is. You know, this is how I work, you know. It's like at some point, you know, I maybe come home and say, oh, you know what, I'm in the mood to record something and talk over it, and then I just pick one randomly. That's how I work. I won't go into any discussion with you if you submit something about why have you posted that video, mine is better and stuff. Forget it. You know, if you submit something, you agree to these terms. The other thing is, please submit this to querbeet2004 at gmail.com. Querbeet spells exactly like my username here on YouTube, so querbeet2004 at gmail.com. and there's one, and that is the only condition for submitting stuff, in terms of, you know, when you don't do that, I just don't consider your stuff. Please put somewhere in the subject subscriber gameplay. Put whatever you want behind subscriber gameplay, but in the subject of the email you're sending me, put subscriber gameplay. Simple reason, I am a control freak, and I'd like to sort my emails, you know, and Gmail has that nicely done filter function, and yeah, if your stuff will come up in my inbox, I will just hit delete and that's it. So subscriber gameplay, everybody should be able to spell that right. Subscriber gameplay in the subject. Now to the gameplay. What I wanted to talk about a little bit is the battlefield awareness, which I think is outstanding in case of rebellion. What he is displaying here is that, you know, he is on the move to the front, but he sees something is happening in his own capping area, and he turns around. He did that earlier already, and, you know, all of a sudden he turned around and went back, and that was not all of a sudden. I believe he is a very good observer on the minimap, and this is actually something I talked earlier about. This is actually at the moment that I am trying to focus on for my own personal gameplay. The battlefield awareness grows exponentially to your ability to keep the minimap on a constant, you know, focus, while of course having a constant focus on the rest of the gameplay. But I think the minimap, that's like in It's the same in any kind of those, you know, 3D shooting games like COD or Battlefield or whatever. You know, it's like you need to keep an eye on the minimap in order to have that, you know, that last mile, you know, that gives you the edge in the battle. And that is a good thing to have always on your mind, you know, to watch the minimap. Yeah, then there's another thing I wanted to talk about, is the tank itself. I mean, many people would say, well, what are you talking about now? But I go by it. If, you know, I tried the tank on the weekend a couple of times, and I think 10-12 runs. I did 10 or 12 runs, and I always ended up doing some defensive stuff. You know, I was always on a you know, defensive duty, and I found that tank is really well suited for defensive tasks. And so, I mean, the previous minutes you saw him, you saw a Rebellion pretty successfully defending the own capping area, which again I would recommend you to always, if you're not the rushing type, you know, having an eye on their own capping area. And you know, if you see that on one flank the enemy broke through and is rushing your capping area, why not go back and try to avoid, you know, capping if you're faster in your own capping area than on the attack. I mean, that's always a good thing to do. Yeah, then there's another thing that is something that not many people have, but I think Rebellion also displays, that is patience. You see, yeah, that's a prime example of good patience. Look at that. There's a KV. The KV is below 50% health, I would say. I have to guess that because the preview on the recording, you know, while I do the voiceover, I see the video, but I can't read anything. So the KV, I would say, is below 50% health. But he isn't rushing him. You know, he isn't rushing it. I mean, he goes back, lets the reload go in. You know, that's patient. You know, it's like, would he go in there? I would call him not really stupid, but you know, that wouldn't be clever. He's testing him out, and then he realized, no, maybe he has a troll gun. You know, I peek around that corner, one shot dead. That's no. You hear him thinking, what to do, and he came up with a wonderful thing. But I don't spoil too much here. That's just enjoy that. I think that's a good solution. That's a different thing. If you know, it's like, I don't know Rebellion personally. I never spoke to him. Well, I chatted with him a couple of times. Well, he chatted and I talked on the stream. I don't know what is going on in his head. You know, it's like, it's only guessing, and you know, based on what I see, I can comment on this. But as I said, it's only guessing. And yeah, let's see how it goes. The KV wasn't too clever. I mean, he saw what he is up against on the other side of the house there, and he wouldn't have died by one shot of that guy. So now something really nicely done. Well done, Rebellion. Very nice kill. Yeah. Okay, let's summarize. Patience. Defensive tank. You stay in your own third of the map. You utilize in the T29. You utilize the agility of the tank. Well, actually, Rebellion, there's one thing. You have the fucking driver down. Why not fucking revive him? You still have your med pack, and you could have driven a lot faster for you know, more than half of the map. So just keep that in mind. No, it's no critics, not at all, but just a suggestion. Maybe it would have been worse to revive your driver. Yeah, and well, I mean, the T29 in this game is top of the board, so the RT luckily couldn't do too much, but the good protection, the good gun, the whole package of the tank plus the player really made that game. And you know, I don't need a crystal ball. Nobody needs a crystal ball to know what's going to happen now. And that leaves me with yeah, if you like, send me your subscriptions. If you like the game. If you like, recommend my videos and my channel, share it all over the place, everything. And you know, most important, guys, have fun. That was an awesome game, Rebellion. I really did enjoy watching that. Okay, people, see you later.